different ways to understand it. The Alter Rebbe says they became Mayim
Ruchni.
Ruchni. But the water at the bottom stayed at the bottom. So the Mayim Taktoinim, they cried, the water at the bottom. We want to be close to Hashem. Anan B'inam Mehevik Kodem Malka Kadisha. We want to be on top. Hashem said, don't worry. I'm going to take the salt that comes from the water, from the ocean, and I'm going to bring it in the Beis HaMikdash for a korban. A kol korban chatakriv melach. That's today's Rambam.
You do with Tuma?
There was machloket. The first machloket was between the first water, the bottom water, and the top water. So they cried and said, why we're not bringing close to you? So God told them, in the future to come, when we're going to sacrifice all the korbanot, we're going to use you, the water, lishpoch al mizbeach, with the salt, like you can get in there.
Where does that come from?
One of the books that I was reading. Korbanot Zabur.
Did they add pepper also?
So the korbanos is not for Hashem. Hashem doesn't benefit personally. He says he makes him happy, but what is the korbanos? The korbanos were primarily for an atonement for us, right? So all the things that we do today by tefillah, it says tefillah takes the place of korbanos. So what's the carbon? What's the salt that we have today? The carbon.
On the table.
No, but by davening, it says that tefillah takes the place of korbanos.
Oh, what?
Our sweat. Korbanot.
We said the Gemara says that tefillah takes the place of korbanos.
Right.
So since every carbon needed salt, I'm asking, could someone tell me what is the aspect, what is the symbol of the salt that incorporated in tefillah like it was originally when they brought the actual carbon?
Study korbanot.
Tears?
No, study the korbanot. When you study korbanot,
But-
it says you put korbanot.
Salt.
Yeah, but what's the salt?
The salt, amtakat dinin.
So Chaim says it's the tears.
It says it.
Oh,
The davening replaces the korbanot. So what is the salt on the davening?
So in Chassidus it says in Likutei Torah from the Alter Rebbe that Pnimius HaTorah, learning Chassidus, is like the salt that you add to the food, to the meat. The meat is the main thing, but you got a little bit salt. Now it tastes much better. A little bit. Too much salt's no good. But a little. First, you have to salt to take out the blood.
We switched because you said what was the salt in davening? The davening replaces the korbanos.
Daven with a Chassidus before the davening and during the davening. Chassidus is Pnimius HaTorah. Chassidus, Zohar, Kabbalah. That means the Pnimius, the inside, the deeper meaning of the davening. The Rebbe had a meeting with a chashuv, a person from Yerushalayim. I don't remember exactly who he was. And the Rebbe was trying to convince him that in his yeshiva, that his students should learn Chassidus.
Early.
So he asked why. The Rebbe said, when you learn Chassidus, your davening is enhanced. So he asked why. Why do you need Chassidus? You could daven without learning Chassidus. Take the words, Asher Yosher Yisecha, and you have kavanah, and you know what you're saying, and you feel good. You're getting close to Hashem.
Maybe you should go to one of the rooms.
So the Rebbe said, it's not the same davening. When you say the words and you feel a deeper connection from your neshama with Hashem, thinking about the deeper meaning of Asher Yosher Yisecha. The other rabbi, the other scholar said, no, it's disturbing. He said, if you're going to have this deeper thoughts of the deeper meaning of what the Asher Yosher Yisecha, it's not going to let you concentrate. The Rebbe said, just the opposite. It's going to enhance your concentration. And when back and forth and back and forth. So, it shows you that some people, they just don't have the clarity to appreciate. You want to put something so rich on the table. You want to engage them. You want to invite them and include them and inspire them. They don't get it. They just don't.
They don't want to get it.
They don't appreciate. They don't see the amazing opportunity here. So comes along the great tzaddikim, especially of Chabad Chasidus, and is putting you over the top. Is giving you an opportunity that you can't get there on your own. You can't reach those levels by yourself. Because we're very limited, we're very small people. When you get connected with a big tzaddik, and you listen to him, and you learn his teachings of Torah, he's lifting you up to a higher level where he is. Maybe not exactly where he is, but you're associated, you're following him, you're on the same track. So the Chasidus, this is the salt that comes along with the carbon. And it's a big mistake for people to say, I'm not a Chassid, so what do you want from me? Take it easy. A Chassid doesn't mean you have to wear a black hat and you have to have a black coat. That's just a uniform. You're a Chassid in your heart. You're a Chassid in your neshama. We learned yesterday that the Gemara says, Adam Rishon Chassid Haya, Chassid Gadol. Remember the Lashon. Why? Because he did more than he was obligated to do. He went beyond the call of duty. He went beyond his limit of where he was standing. He did tshuva. He asked Hashem, please wipe out my sin. Delete it. You were here, we're in class. Give me another chance.
130 years.
130 years, afflicting himself.
Now, I said the same thing to a non-Hasidic person. He said,
Just remember, we're on camera now, so
oh, I didn't-
everything that you say gets recorded over
It's
there.
all good.
Okay, so.
Positive, speak
They
positive.
said, look what Hasidus took the two sons of
Aaron.
Aaron.
They were like sacrifice, it's not concern. They were very, very high spiritual. The way they got as a sacrifice and meant al Kiddush Hashem. Over there it started Kiddush Hashem. That's
Okay.
why they went.
Yeah, he's right. Chaim says that.
Hashem.
The second thing we learned today's Rambam, that the Torah says, don't add any yeast, sa'oir, and vash, and honey into the karbonis. Remember that?
Also.
Into the Katoras.
Titus also, very good. But even with the karbonis, you can't bring it. So we're learning now that the
Because
Kli Yakar
the
explains.
boys used to use that. The honey, not the same vash.
Yeast represents the Yetzer Hara. Yeast is the ego.
Yesh.
Yesh. I said I'm an important factor in the whole process. Oh, good. Get rid of that yesh. You don't need to think you're important. In front of Hashem, you're not important. If you do with the mitzvahs from Hashem, you become important because you're serving Hashem. But don't try to look down. Don't look down on other people. That's not being close to Hashem at all. Second thing is the dvash. The dvash is the sweetness, excess of sweetness, meaning a person will, it's called moisres, extra, that you don't need it. You just want it because it makes you feel good, but you're obsessed with it, but by the end you're going to regret it. Because everything that Hashem gave us has to be with moderation, has to be within a structure, a parameter. There has to be some beginning and end. But if you let yourself go wild, you don't have a limit, and you don't want to stop, it's going to take you off the deep end. So, the honey is also, the Yetzer Hara comes and paints you a picture. It's honey, it's sweet, like Adam and Chava. Hashem told them not to eat from this fruit. What was the big thing? Don't eat from the fruit. The rabbis tell us the Yetzer Hara put on such a fight. He put in all his might, all his strength that they should eat from that fruit. He wasn't going to stop. There was one way to stop. You just have to have Kabbalah soil. Say, no, Hashem said no, and I don't want no further discussion. There's no discussion here. No is no. You have to be ready to do that. Like the Rabbi said to the Israeli government, there's no discussion about giving back land. It's not your land. It's Hashem's land. How can you give back something that doesn't belong to you? You think it's yours because, why, you're in the government? It's not yours. It's Eretz HaKodesh. It's a holy land. That means it belongs to Hashem. It's holy. It's not Florida. It's not Chicago. It's not Uganda. It's holy. Holy is Hashem. Who are you? You're just maybe a manager. So you're a manager. But if you don't know how to manage, then get out of here. Can't take the pressure. Say, I'm out of here. I can't. It's too much. That's called saying, Loi mit a große Aleph. Loi, lo, with a big Aleph. I can't talk to you. The Nachash comes along and says, eat. You know, if Hashem said, she came up with a story. She said, don't even touch it. So he pushed her on the tree. And see, you touched the tree. Nothing happened. Just say no.
No way.
If you say no, because Hashem said no, that's it. You'll be fine. The minute you show a little, an inch, an ounce, an iota of weakness, the Yetzer Hara tries to come push further. The same thing is in the positive. Yosef was telling us before that somehow, I don't know, for whatever reason, the bus didn't want to move after 69th Street and College. So what did he say? He could have said, I can't go to Mincha. 69th and Collins. By the time I get to my apartment, and then I got to go take a bicycle to come to shul. Kenish, that's too much. Hashem says you can do it. If you have the ratzon, the will, Kabbalah soil, you're saying, I'm doing this for Hashem, Hashem opens up for you new channels, removes the obstacles. Like Avraham Avinu, he went till his nose. Then he could say, now I can't. I want to go to it, but I can't. I went up till my nose. Try your best. You try your best, you'll go for Hashem to do the mitzvahs with strength, you'll see you'll be matzliach. Because Hashem will help us in the process.